Well, good morning and welcome to a 6:30 Monday morning start. It's been a lot of rain lately. We haven't had any building work done for the last 5-6 days. Ronnie's done a little bit of preparation of bamboo. That's basically been where it is. There's been, well, we've got a lot of materials now on order. Flooring, terrace, marine, a lot of marine ply, and yeah, so we're going to crack on with the project from tomorrow, actually, from Tuesday. So yeah, it's been a couple of weeks of tough issue with myself, and therefore things slowed down quite a bit in getting things to happen. But now it's changed. Now everything's back to normal. Over the last couple of weeks, when I've been recovering from my tonsillitis and going through the fever and all the shit when one is not feeling oneself, obviously gives you a lot of time to think. You know, you just, all the other things that were on your mind that were priorities, you sort of put them to one side and you focus your attention and energy on recovery and getting better. But it gave me a lot of time to reflect our situation and my situation, particularly being a Westerner living here in the Philippines. And I've got to say, there was no moment of doubt of where I wanted to be. I was where I wanted to be constantly the whole time. You know, I just thoroughly enjoy the therapy, the ambience of living in the tropics. So as harsh as it might be sometimes in terms of the conditions, you know, the high temperatures, high humidity, especially when you're not feeling well. And I'm not saying that's the reason why I felt unwell, but it obviously didn't aid my situation when I was running a temperature with tonsillitis. Yeah, and I just thought, you know, I'm happy where I am. I don't want to be anywhere else. And I think it's the sheer love of the land, the countryside, the environment, the tropics, that that says to me, not once did I miss a, you know, anything from the UK at all. I'm not saying the NHS is, you know, I'm sure the NHS would have been much better in a situation like that. I've got no doubt, but not for me. You know, I've got to say, I didn't have the desire to suddenly be dealing with GPs in the UK and scenarios. I reflected on in depth and how I was feeling and where I was, and I felt this is the place I want to be still. You know, so I just want people to realize that, you know, who are here or who are considering here. But you really do have to enjoy the tropics. It's not about just it being a little bit hotter or a little bit different. You've got to embrace the culture. You've got to really say this is where you want to be. You want to be here doing these final chapters in your life, let's call it, in a way that's you really enjoy. I mean, when you come here, it's a new journey. It's a new chapter. It's a new beginning. It's you know, no matter what you're doing, whether you're coming here for a new relationship or just coming here for a new start in life in a new country and a new environment, it really is immaterial what you're doing. With new relationships, it is a lot more difficult if you're starting from scratch in your 60s with somebody new for the first time. I wouldn't consider that, actually. You know, I wouldn't consider that at all. Coming to a new environment and doing that. There's too much to get to know too quickly. Family and involvement and commitment in those areas. You know, in my case, it's a different story. I mean, I've been with Richie and we've been married for a long time. We've lived in different countries. We haven't just lived here in the Philippines. We've lived in the Middle East for many years. We've lived in the UK for many years. You know, we've had children. We've dealt with different family issues. We've dealt with deaths in our family together, and other problems and other crises. So so it's a different relationship we have here. It's not, you know, people talk to me sometimes I think they think I've just arrived here, and they talk about my new lady, or you know, Richie is my wife and partner, soul partner, you know, and we have our own interests and we have our combined interests, but we are very much in agreement on the combined areas of importance. So yes, when people look at our life, they've got to really understand the fact that we have been together a long, long time. We're not recently doing this together for the first time in the Philippines. Yes, it's a new chapter as far as we're living here now. And, you know, I've been here for holidays many times, but it's this last 18 months, longer, is the first time I've been living in this particular environment. But I've lived in many other environments with Richie. Richie the same. She spent most of her working life, outside of her home country, the Philippines. So she's, you know, this is the first time she's spending any lengthy time period in this environment. So to some extent, it's all new to her as well, which makes a big difference. You know, and obviously she misses the UK because of her children, they're being there as well, Roxanne and Lexus, of course. And her friends that are there, because, you know, she's lived there for 16, 17 years. I mean, it wasn't sort of a short burst of time. She spent a great deal of her lifetime in that part of the world. as well. In fact, this year, October, the plan is we go back. I'm still debating whether I'm going to go, but Mikey and Richie might go back for a month and spend a month over there in October. She wants me to go as well, but I don't have the need for going back to the UK at the moment. There's nothing. Obviously, I miss family, my sisters and Roxanne and Alexis and Anthony and Paul and Johnny, my sons. But I talk to them most weeks anyway. You know, I'm talking to them every other week. And yeah, to go back, there's nothing I need to go back to other than saying hello. So I'm saying to Richie, look, rather than buy my ticket, you know, let me rather give you the money for your spending money. I'll stay here, look after the animals, the chickens, the dogs, the things that need to be taken care of here while you're gone. So that's my logic at the moment. But we'll see. I'm, you know, Richie's sort of the boss in this area, and I think she wants me to just be there to travel with her and be there. But we'll see. We'll see. If I go there, I don't really want to go for a month, and I'll probably only go for a couple of weeks if that's the case. Of course, before we do that, I want to have the house completed. I want to have everything ship-shape here. So we're now sort of coming into mid-June, not quite there yet. So, yeah, good 2 to 3 months, solid work. There's no reason why we can't have this completed. It's been going extremely well, actually, even with the, you know, my illness a couple of weeks ago, and even, you know, we had a couple of severe rainstorms and things. The work effort from Chris, Rich's brother, and his team have been excellent, you know, excellent, and they've really pushed on hard. So we see how well we get on this week. The biggest problem we have now is the weather, because the weather's turning, and therefore there are days we can't get a lot. But fortunately, you know, we have the roof on, so the internal stuff, once we get all the sidewalls in and the floor down, the floor down will then give ample opportunity for the work inside. We just got to get this terrace done on the front as well, which we're also pushing hard on getting done. So yes, looking good. Lemongrass looking good.